Hello everyone and welcome, it's Shanna. Now I have got my Not Too Shabby subscription of the month. We have got our paper pads. So I've got the Sweetest Honey and it has 12 designs of 6x6 sheets and we're just going to look at them real quick. Of course they're double-sided and they are gorgeous. So we'll just flip this over. We've got some bees and it's super cute. Just a really nice bee pattern. And then we've got the honeycomb pattern on the back. Whoops, getting away from me. And then we've got this yellow and green and white plaid, which I love, gorgeous. And then, oh, look at the floral on the back. Isn't that gorgeous? Real soft and pretty. The yellows. Yellow's not always something I work with, but this is so soft and beautiful. I can see working with that. Now we've got like the honey dripping, I don't know, off the honeycomb or whatever, and we've got some kind of grain, wood grain looking behind it, I don't know. And then we've got some faux glitter here. And then we've got almost like a trellis pattern with the green, a couple of two-tone greens, a lighter green, actually 3 tones. We've kind of got like a mossy green and then a light green and a dark green and then our white, super pretty. Very pretty. I can see use that. Oh, and we've got another lovely floral pattern on the back. Just gorgeous. We've got some, I don't know, these almost look like hollyhocks. I'm not sure what they are, but blue and white blooms, you know, kind of the tall with the leafy stems. Very pretty. And then we've got almost like a bee stripe, like the bee's back. Super fun. And you could do that either direction. And we've got another faux glitter paper. This is like a teal colored, really pretty. And then some more beautiful flowers on the back. Now that's the first paper pad, and it is called Sweet as Honey. And then we've got this other one that's called Petals and Pals. And this looks super soft, super dainty. I think I'm gonna love this. So we'll just flip this over. See what, oops, I got a hold of one of them. And we've got just a real dainty little flower, soft, understated. I think it'd be beautiful. And then we've got just a vertical stripe pattern there. And these would pair very nicely together. Love it. Here we've got just, this is almost like a spatter type look. And it's kind of a, I don't know, a gray-green or just a real light background. You could use this for a great background panel. And then we've got another dainty flower. And this has kind of got a gray, a blue-gray tone to it with a little light green leaf. We've got some pink florals here, very light and dainty again. And then, ooh, look at that green pattern. Love that. Gorgeous. We've got a green vertical stripe, much like our other one. And then we've got a real pretty dainty floral pattern with that as well. Gorgeous. We've got some cut-aparts. Oh my goodness. There, it looks like there's a couple of pages of cut-aparts in. Oh, there's more than that. You've got 4 pages of cut-aparts. So we've got, I don't know, a little bear, a little raccoon. What is this? Is this a little ram? A little goat, I guess, a billy goat or whatever. We've got a duck, a little frog, and a turtle, some butterflies, and we've got some little creatures underneath here. Super cute. And you've got 4 panels of that. And on the back, you've got a real pretty gray plaid pattern. Gorgeous. Loving it. This is kind of a more of a purple, a real light purple tone in the vertical stripe. And then we've got the florals on the back. Just gorgeous. I love both of these paper pads. They're going to be super fun to work with. And then we also have some ephemera here. And so let's just take a look. We've got, now you can get just the paper pads, or you can choose to add on the paper pads and the ephemera, or you can choose to add on the paper pads, the ephemera, and the clear stamp set. And so that's what we've got here are all 4 pieces. So let's take a quick look at our ephemera and see what we've got with it. And then we'll take a quick look at our stamp. And these are generally just packed full of goodness. So I'll just kind of flip through them kind of quick. We've got honey. This is gorgeous, matches your pattern paper. There's a design in there that looks just like that this is going to coordinate nice with. We've got a honeycomb candle, butterflies. We've got a teacup with lemon And we have got some, I don't know, these look like either papers or napkins that are bound with a string. We've got a bee print, a basket, some shelves. We've got a chair with a little bee towel hanging on it, super cute. Little coffee cup. And then we've got some characters. So we've got a guy with flowers, and we've got a girl with her purse, and it's got a bee on a bag on it. Very cute. Those are neat. More butterflies, bugs, honeycombs, florals. I'm just going to flip them. Here's a gal. Another one of those purses with the bee on there. Love that green sweater she's got on. Gorgeous. Butterfly. Here is a barrel of honey. Here's a bigger bug. Look at the detail on that. Very cool. Here we've got a beehive hanging from a branch. We've got some books, a vase with some flowers. Here's a window scene, more butterflies. We've got some boots with some florals hanging out of them. I don't know. This is probably a beekeeper's house. Florals. Here's a little bear, super cute with a little hat. More honeycombs. We've got a muffin. Very cute. Big flower. And then we've got, whoops, I dropped one, a sweater. Super cute. And the one I dropped is the little honeycomb. Anyway, very fun ephemera. That's going to go nicely with the Sweetest Honey set. And there are several pieces in there that are going to go with the petals and pals as well. And then as far as our stamp set, we have got, it is, let's see, what's it called? It's called Sweet Little Honey Stand. So you've got the honey stand, and it's got 3 jars of honey for sale. And you've got a little bumblebee. And just because, made with care, we've got like a potted plant, some gardening gloves, a gardening shovel, and a honey pot. We've got a little bee. We have another cart with honey, sweet honey, 100% pure, and some flowers. From our little honey stand, just a little something sweet, a sweet hello to you, to my honey, and picked with love. Super fun stamp set, pattern paper, and ephemera. And let's just make a couple cards. Okay, so I paused for a minute and pulled some cards together. Now the other day I took and I made some colored card bases, and I thought these would be fun for this pattern paper. So we're going to use those. And I just dropped a piece of ephemera that I'm going to use. And I've got a couple pieces of pattern paper here and some ephemera. And then I've got another pink card base, and we're going to use both paper sets. And we're also going to use like the cut aparts for this. So we're just going to get started on it. I think I'll start with this one, and I'm going to bring in some dies because I want to kind of have a little bit of a decorative element with my pattern paper. So we're going to do that. Okay, so I took a few minutes and I did my die cutting and I got everything ready. So we're just going to get started. I think we'll start with the yellow card because we'd kind of laid it out first. So we're just going to get going on it. And hopefully my glue is going to be ready to go. I didn't have my little pin in it. So what I have done is I took my Bow and Bell scallop die and I just created a scalloped edge here, and we're just going to lay it down. So we've got the faux teal glitter, and then we have the beautiful pattern paper on the back, which we're going to pair it up with. It's so gorgeous. It's always really hard to decide which pieces of pattern paper to use from Not Too Shabby because they're so gorgeous, but fortunately she gives you extra so you can do multiples. And so we're just going to get this laid down on here, have a nice little border. I have to trim up my card base. It looks like it's a little bit at the bottom, but that'll be all right. I'm going to get that laid down. And then I did take another die and just kind of, we're going to frame this out really beautifully. And this paper is just so gorgeous. Love it. So we'll get this laid down on here. These are going to come together really quick. When you've got great pattern paper and ephemera, it just doesn't take very much time at all to create a lovely card. Just trying to get that centered a little bit. And isn't that really pretty? So light and airy and just springy and just full of joy, I think. So I picked out a few pieces of ephemera that I wanted to use for this, and I was thinking that I'd like to add this big floral element to the front of it and then bring in our little coffee cup and our little candle and just kind of cluster these things on here. So I think we'll just glue our floral element straight down. And we're just going to layer it on here and just kind of let all of the pretty elements show. And then I will bring in a little bit of foam and we'll pop up our coffee cup. And it looks like we've got some, I don't know, mocha or chocolate or something in there. It's not real dark coffee. And then we've got our little candle, and I think we'll just tuck it in kind of beside there. And we've got a little scene going with just a little cluster of elements. And we'll get them laid down on there. Gorgeous. Love it. And then I did, let's see, how does that look? I did bring in a one of the strip sentiments from Teresa's die set. That is this one here. And I just took a white sheet and just die cut out a bunch of these so that I'd have them at the ready when I have in the new stamp sets and can create them. Or we could put it at the bottom. I think I'm going to put it at the bottom down there, and I'm just going to glue it flat. I'm just going to bring in some glue and just glue it flat down. And we'll just go with that. And I've got some pretty little gems that I could bring in and add to it. So let's do that. I have a bad habit, oops, I dropped that, of, you know, not adding embellishments. So I don't always feel the need to add some embellishments. So I'm gonna try and add some to this. And just decorate it up a little bit. That's pretty. And then I think we'll just bring another one and just kind of put it down here with our sentiment. We'll kind of have like a little line. I think that looks really pretty. Super pretty, quick and easy card. Now we've got some elements for the inside as well. I had a strip of this left and I thought we would just bring it in and put it on the inside of our card so that we can adorn it, use up our bits and pieces. We've got plenty of pattern paper and ephemera, so I'm just going to bring it in and we will just decorate the inside. And we've got this little jar of honey with some flowers, and I thought that could be pretty as well. So we'll just bring it in and put it down on here. And then we've still got plenty of room to write, and we've got a really pretty card. Super pretty. Okay, so let's move on to our next one. This one is our pink one, and this one is super fun. I used the cut-aparts with this. I've got lots of layers going on here. I went a little bit crazy with my nested die. But we've got, this is actually the cut-apart sheet. I decided to use some of it because I'm probably not going to use 4 cut-aparts, but I am going to use some. So we're going to get this laid down on here. I can get my glue to come out of my bottle. Seems to be a little congested, much like myself. Okay. So we'll get this laid down on here. We've got that nice little pink showing around there. I think it's delicate, very sweet. And so we're going to add some sweet elements to this. And I'm going to clean my hands off again. Okay. I don't want to get any of that ink on my card. And so what I've got is I've just brought in a nested die set, and I took and die cut out the little duck. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. And we're gonna layer these up is what we're gonna do. So if I can get the glue going, we'll get it laid down on here. Nice little frame around there. And then for this one, we're gonna kind of pop up kind of every other is what we're going to do, just to add some dimension to this and kind of have some fun with it. I'm just going to use a couple strips of foam tape. We'll just remove the backer sheet. Maybe if I can get a hold of it. Okay. And then we'll just center it up. Isn't that pattern paper gorgeous? Oh, it's so soft and pretty. I love it. And then for our gray one, we'll go ahead and glue it down in the center like that. I like that. And then for this one, I think we might pop it up as well. Just to add a little bit more dimension and add a little shadow to our, our next layer underneath our layer. And I think it'll be really pretty. And then we've got some fun elements for the inside of this card as well. So we'll just get the release paper off. We're going to get this laid down on there. And I think it's super cute. We've got some dimension going on there with our layers. I think it looks really pretty. I have got a butterfly that I thought would be fun to add to it. And we can put some foam on it and add it to our card. And I just fussy cut this out. Use the die for the duck, but just fussy cut out the butterfly. We'll just add that on there. It'll be really pretty. And then we've got our sweet hello that we can add. Okay, for this one, I think we'll put our sentiment on the inside of our card. And I think I'm just going to take my scissors and get my good ones and just cut it down nice and straight across. And we're going to bring it in to the inside of our card. And we're going to just get this laid down on here. Oops. We'll get this lined up on here. Try and get it kind of even. It's not wanting to move around just right for me. See if I get that. I feel like I need to move over just a little bit. Get it laid down on there, nice and neat. And then we're just going to bring in our sweet hello. And we're going to just put it over here like this. I think that looks cute. Our sweet hello. Need a little bit more glue. My glue's not working for me. I'll tell you, I have the most glue issues. And we've got that. And then we're going to bring in our little raccoon. I think that'll be cute on the inside of our card, just to add a little extra interest to it. And we're just going to get it laid down on there. I had die cut out the shovel and thought that could be kind of fun with it. So let's just go ahead and add it. I'm going to tuck it right underneath there. And I think it's a cute little addition to it. So we've got a super cute card. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. We've got two beautiful cards. So we've got the teal and the yellow with the florals, the coffee, and the honeycomb candle. We've got some honey on the inside with our floral paper. Just gorgeous. And then we've got this sweet little duck. Just a real soft, beautiful card. A sweet hello to you. And we've got our little raccoon on the inside. Super fun. Great set of pattern paper, ephemera, and stamp set. So I hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. And here's a couple pictures of our cute cards. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Here's a couple more videos you can check out on my channel.